You need to know where you are so you can know where you want to go. This is such an important piece of the dream life design journey. And something that's been popping up with my clients lately is, well, how do I decide between work or life when I think about where I am today, when I think about the starting point, the satisfaction? And so we're going to talk about that and another way to look through it that can maybe give you a little bit more clarity and direction so you know where to focus. Are you ready? Let's jump in. We're used to having work and life, work-life balance, right? This is what we talk about, life inside of work, life outside of work. It feels very binary. And I think part of that is because we spend about half of our waking life at work and half of our waking life outside of work. I know that might vary, but generally speaking, that's where we sit. And so the challenge I've seen with my clients is they really struggle with, how do I pick my starting point? Is it through the lens of work or is it through the lens of life? And the answer is both. But initially it might be hard because you're used to having to pick, I'm rating through work, I'm rating through life. Today we're going to do something where you can see both and have a more comprehensive overview of where am I really, so I have more clarity of where I want to go. And this starts with a change that I made. So we've got the 12 dimensions. And one of the dimensions I had called career. And what I realized is unintentionally it created this idea of we have 11 dimensions of life and one dimension of career, which really doesn't work with this like kind of half and what I believe is everything's interconnected. So I've gone ahead and I've updated it to contribution, because when I work with my clients, a huge part of their job, their career, their calling is around making a greater contribution, having some kind of impact. So we don't have career as a dimension anymore. We've updated it to contribution. That really unleashes a new way of moving through your vision. When you move through each dimension, body, emotions, mind, joy, soul, growth, etc., you can say, how does this show up in work and how does this show up outside of work? We still need to ask both of those questions to make sure that we're covering all aspects of our life versus assuming body only relates to my life. When I think about my desk design, it is extremely important for my body's health, and that's work. So that's one example. What action can you take to help you get more clarity? Pull up your vision and your deeper needs. And if you haven't done that, hit pause, download the template, complete both the vision and the deeper needs, and then come back here. Lovely. So you're back. We've got it all. And what I want you to do is to go to the starting point exercise. But today will be a little bit different. We're going to do two parts. We're going to start by rating your starting point across a 12 dimension only through the lens of your job, your career, your calling, whatever you call it. So, as a reminder, 1 means you're very unsatisfied, 5 means you're very or deeply satisfied. 5 does not mean done. It means you're able to continue to grow and expand in this area and still have that deep satisfaction. Once you've completed this, I want you to go do that exercise again, but only through the lens of life outside of your job, of your calling, of your career. Now that you have both, I want you to look at them and notice, are there any discrepancies? Do I notice any big differences in terms of satisfaction? Or do I notice where there's a lot of high satisfaction through the lens of the job, the career, the calling, and through the lens outside of it? Now I want you to go back to your vision, and I want you to really look at the deeper things. How can your job, your career, your calling contribute to the deeper things, meet those deeper needs that you have? And what about life outside of it? And the reason why I ask this question is because a lot of the time we take for granted where our needs are met. If we spend a lot of time at work, we may only think through the lens of, how am I getting everything I need through work? This leads to higher dissatisfaction and a lot of frustration. If it's only through the lens of life, then we might just see a job as like, I'm spending half of my waking life there, whatever, it's for a paycheck. And my challenge for you is, do you really want to walk through half of your life not really being present and looking about the deeper needs? Doesn't mean we always have great jobs. Like I've had bad jobs. But what I'm saying now is, when you can understand how you want to meet those deeper needs through these two lenses, you can understand, where am I putting my energy? Where am I putting my focus? How does this really impact the vision that I've crafted so far? Remember, the vision evolves with you. this X, it moves based on what you've learned. So based on what you've learned today, how maybe did your X move? Where do you want to spend more energy and effort? Add it in the comments below. I'd love to hear. And once you've completed that, you really have a comprehensive view. You can see where you are, where you want to go, and really where to put that focus and energy to help accelerate your vision and move towards that life you love from the inside out. Well, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Ciao, ciao for now.